Yep. There's my team. There's my team. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the start of Super Mega Baseball 4 franchise. Brought to you by the suggestion of my my humble friend Alex Nightshade wanted to try to revive this one. And you know what? I am excited to get back right into it. Hold on. Let me see. Do I get? Oh wow, you're really kind of boned on this. All right, so apologies if I don't if I'm not particularly tuned in on the chat. I'll try to take a look when I can in between. But for now, I'm gonna send this to the main man himself. Oh wait, shoot. Stream settings. Okay, customization, live chat. Anyone? Yep. Okay, good. Good. Oh, come on. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I shouldn't swear. Swearing's pointless. Yeah. Uh, I wish I could just. Ah, shoot. And the streaming bitrate's not that great apparently either. That's unfortunate. You know what? I'm gonna just message him real quick. Streams up. And now it's it's time. It's time to get started. So we're gonna simulate some of the games that we got going around the league. The big super duper mega league. This ain't your daddy's super mega league. This is the super mega league. All right. Wow, spiders really gave it to him. And wow, all right. So after some decent action, first game against the Hot Corners. We're going to be playing in our house, known as the Castle. It's time to meet the gang. And also adjust this lineup. Okay, at third base, we're not going to be starting Butte Puckerton, as funny as a name as that is. We're going to be starting Tyrone Bendwood. I'm going to be putting leadoff at center field, Happy Feller. Really expect a lot of good things out of him, to be honest. You know what? Dear God, they got a lot of power in this lineup. Left field. Who do we got left field? We got Smoke Mulberry. Smoke Mulberry will be starting for us. Probably going to be batting near last. He doesn't have a whole lot going for him. Starting on the mound today, we have, though, our best pitcher, Ace Hurlington IV. There is almost few, if any, that could even compare to him in how good he plays and at batting at cleanup. Actually, you know what? Let's start from the top. Starting lineup for today at center field, Happy Feller will be going first. Zoom Armstrong will be playing at shortstop and batting second. Jim Stanky, the man, the myth, the legend, will be playing first base, batting third. Chad Powers will be playing cleanup, batting fourth. Fats Porkman will be behind the dish, catching today. Tony Rodriguez will be playing second base. Tyrone Benwood will be taking third base, batting seventh. Smoke Mulberry will be batting eighth, taking care of left field. And Ace Hurlington will be batting ninth. So, with all that further ado, let's get right into it.
You can feel the energy rising here at Castillo Arena. Let's do the baseball thing.
Welcome to the castle, ladies and gentlemen, as we get started. The Knights versus the Hot Corners.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 49, Nora Holmes.
Nora Holmes going to be leading off for the Hot Corners, playing shortstop, and here we go. Strike, and here starts the ball game and the season for the Knights. And Ace Hurlington going for the slider, seeing if he can finish him off. Can't quite get it. Knocks it foul. And oh my gosh, from an 0-2 count, the Hot Corners start this game off with a hit. Staying alive now up at bat. Way too inside with that four-seam fastball. And two outside with the two-seam fastball. Trying to go for a 2-1 count. Getting it to 2-2. Runners at first. Ball three, full count, the clutch pitch. And this one's going to be a grounder to leg strong to Tony. And there's Stanky with the double play. Bo Belter getting a little bit predictable on that first pitch fastball, but Smoke Mulberry covers the ground and makes the catch as we go up to bat for the first time.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 21, Happy Feller.
Yep, Happy Feller ready to lead off and get us started. On the mound, we got Noah Kaiser for the Hot Corners. And Happy Feller hits one right up the middle, and there's a base hit to start off. Good start for the Knights.
The shortstop, number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Zoom Legstrong swinging at the first pitch, a little ill-advised, but it's a decent hit that gets out to the warning track. Sadly caught. Jim Stanky coming up to bat now. He's going to try to get Happy Feller over. And Happy Feller is going to try to steal on the breaking pitch and gets in there, avoiding the tag. Happy Feller was thinking about going to third, but the ground ball over to short, not a good play. Chad Powers now at the plate. Happy Feller at second. A Good pitch, but just hit it foul. Happy Feller, missed ball, going for third. There we go. A drop ball by the catcher brings Happy Feller 90 feet, but a pop-up is looking like it's going to make it, so that doesn't matter regardless. No score after the first inning as we start the second.
Oh, now batting, the third baseman, number 30, Bobby Bash.
Bobby Bash settling in, batting cleanup for the hot corners. Ace really doing a decent job. Some parts were a little bit more scary than others, I'll admit, in that first inning, but oh no! Just a bloop single that finds the grass as Bobby Bash gets on first.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 28, Dirk Sportswood.
Dirk Sportswood playing first base for the hot corners, and this could be a double play. To Legstrong, to Rodriguez, to Stanky. That's a double play.
Jeb jumps.
Jeb jumps. Second base for the hot corners. That's two double plays that the Knights have gotten so far. And a 101-mile-an-hour fastball in the top corner to call it the inning.
Publicly discussed, the T-shirt howitzer has had to be retired. Shirts are still batting. The catcher.
And Fats Porkman will lead off the second. That one. Kind of wish you could have both of those back. 1-2 count, now a 2-2 count. Fouls that one off to keep it going. And that's way outside. I don't know what I was swinging at there.
The second baseman, number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez at bat, and there's going to be a first pitch base hit right up the middle, practically in between the wickets of the pitcher's legs.
The third baseman, number 12, Tyrone Benwood.
And here's Tyrone Benwood, ready to give things a go for his first at bat of the season. A 1-2 count. Gonna make it a 2-2 count. And too high in the top right for ball three. Full count, and should have let that go for a walk, but a swing and a miss is a strikeout.
Number 14, Smoke Mulberry.
Smoke Mulberry. Here he's settling in for his first at bat. And this one's gonna be right up the middle, base hit. Runners at first and second with Ace Hurtlington the fourth coming up to bat.
Pitcher, number 55, Ace Hurlington the fourth.
Pitchers aren't usually the hitting type, but you do have some exceptions, and here we're hoping that Ace can find a way to make the exception. 3 balls, 1 strike. Full count, no swing from him yet. And this one's just going to go right back to the pitcher for out number 3. 2 innings, no score. Runners stranded at first and second as we head to the third.
Now batting, the catcher, number 22, Tiny DeGrande.
Tiny DeGrande, catcher for the hot corners today, selling in for his first at bat. That one's going to be a ground ball over to Tony, and he'll throw it over to Stanky
The right fielder, number 32,
for
Lori
out number
Mayoshi.
1. A very nice curveball right in the zone. Ace Hurlington. Benwood gets a ground ball, throws it over to Stanky. That's out number 2.
Pitcher, number 33, Noah Kaiser.
And now Noah Kaiser, the opposing pitcher, trying to see if he can get on the base paths. But this is going to be a ground ball. Oh, Benwood mishandles the ball, trying to pick it up, and Noah Kaiser will get on base off of a worm burner of a ground ball. And, oh, Tony Rodriguez dives for it, gets the ball, throws it over to first, and retires the side. One error, but the Knights get out of that one unscathed.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 21, Happy Feller.
Happy Feller settling in for his second at bat. Gotta hit his first time up, seeing if he can do the same here. Gets a hit right over the Jeb Jumps at second base, so it's going to be an easy out for them.
Number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Zoom Legstrong has had a busy day out at the field, but not really a productive day at the in the batter's box, as he hits a pop fly behind the backstop and caught for out number 2. Jim Stanky settling in, seeing if he can get a hit here. 0 for 1. Jim Stanky hits one up the middle. That's his first base hit of the day.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 9.
All right.
Powers.
Chad Powers settling in. Stanky's got to dive back off of a pickoff throw from Noah Kaiser. 1-1. Jim Stanky doing a little distraction over there, trying to get Kaiser out of it. There's another pickoff throw at first, but he gets safe still. Full count, 2 outs to Chad Powers. Swing and a miss, and Chad Powers uncharacteristically strikes out.
Row 11, seat 8.
We'll check the chat here.
Congratulations, you've won. Oh, these tickets are for last night's game.
We got Alex Nightshade in the chat.
Stand alive.
With the sports ball. Also, it's a bit hard to hear you. Not sure if that's just me, though. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something about that real quick. Let me get the mic adjusted, and we'll keep it about here for now. All right, here we go. Actually, that might be a bit too hot now that I'm looking at the levels, so I'll just bring that down a little bit. But there we go. That should be a good start. Staying alive. Hits one right over. Benwood doesn't try to make a play. Lands over by Mulberry, who throws it in, and it'll be a single to start off the inning for the Hot Corners.
Fielder, number 16, Bo Belter.
Bo Belter settling in for the Hot Corners. A ball. The fastball hitter definitely makes it so that Ace has got to change his strategy around him. Foul ball, but that got a very good hit on it, so bit scary here. Can't get him to bite on the curveball outside. Another foul ball. 2-2 still the count. Runner at first. Another foul ball, and Bo Belter is just making life miserable for Ace Hurlington, as there's the third straight foul ball. Number 4. He keeps getting away with it, ladies and gentlemen. He can't keep getting away with it. There it is. Strike 3 at last. A curveball up and in on him.
Number 30, Bobby Bash.
One at bat. Bobby Bash Now selling in. Runners still at first. 1 out. Still no score. And there's a ground ball to leg strong. To Rodriguez. To Stanky. There's a double play to end the inning. As we go to the bottom of the 4th. Fats Porkman, Tony Rodriguez, and Tyrone Benwood up next.
Now batting, the catcher, number 10, Fats Porkman.
Fats Porkman selling in. Gonna take an outside pitch for ball 1.
That's a strike. Ball, that's inside. Strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Fats Porkman. Here's the pitch. Fats Porkman fouls it off. And that one he just looks at that one as it goes in for strike 3.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez selling in. 2 balls, no strikes. That's that fastball get in there for strike 1, but 3 balls, 1 strike. And a ground ball over to Jeb Jumps. That's going to be out number 2.
Now batting,
Kaiser really feeling himself right now.
number 12, Tyrone Benwood.
Tyrone Benwood getting in the batter's box, but feeling a bit tense after that fielding error. No real consequence, but that doesn't really make you feel good regardless. 1-2 count to Tyrone. And there's 2-2. Benwood fouls it off. A foul ball again. And now a full count to Benwood. And this is going to be a ground ball right to Jeb Jumps, thrown over to first. And there's out number 3. 4 innings down, no score.
I'm with Evermore Wireless, and I cannot get a call out.
Toss it to me.
All right.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 28, Dirk Sportswood.
Dirk Sportswood selling in. Ace Hurlington done so good so far, only giving up 3 hits, has 2 strikeouts. And Tyrone Benwood snags that line drive right into his glove for out number 1. What a play by Tyrone Benwood. Jeb Jumps, a real pain in the side for the Knights today on the field. But Ace Hurlington the 4th strikes him out for out number 2. Tiny DeGrande will be coming up for the hot corners. And Ace Hurlington, the 4th, is going to try to go for another strikeout. 1-2 the count. Can't get him to bite on that one. On the outside, fouled off. Still a 2-2 count. Another foul ball. Ace trying to give him the heat. A ground ball over to Stanky. He's going to take it over to first. That's out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. All right, here we go. Smoke Mulberry. Going to try to hit the first pitch, but Jeb Jumps is still right there. Ready to field it and throw it over to first for out number 1. Ace Hurlington the 4th, really trying to get something going. Maybe he's got to do all the work, but a ground ball to Naomi Ohms. Throws over to first. That's out number 2. Happy Feller, 3rd time up at bat. A strike. Ball from Noah Kaiser, 1-1 count. Ball 2. Happy Feller playing the count here. 3-1. Happy Feller likes that. And a ground ball over to Naomi Ohms will make it so that nobody gets on base in the 5th inning for the Knights. As we go to the 6th, still no score.
Now batting, the right fielder, Number 32, Nori Mayoshi.
Actually, give me a minute. I'm going to hop into the booth, so to speak.
That's down.
And here we go.
Nope, inside ball.
Starting the at-bat with 2 balls, but getting a strike in on her. A 2-1 count. Ooh, a nice fastball that's just able to get on that corner. 2-2 count, but a ball 2 inside makes it a full count. A ground ball right back to Ace Hurlington, thrown over to Stanky for out number 1.
Noah Kaiser.
Noah Kaiser now at bat for the hot corners. Oh, and this is a drive. Happy Feller's got to go all the way to the track, and Noah Kaiser hits one out. The hot corners are on the board from a pitcher's home run. My goodness. Bad news for our guys, but it's astounding all the same. I thought that was going to hit off the wall. But it just never came down. And now Ace just can't seem to get that out.
Stan alive.
Stan alive now. It's such a shame, too. And this ball's hit deep into left center. Mulberry's got it. And that's going to drive in another run. 2-0 hot corners. And now the hot corners are falling, or making the Knights fall apart here. A ground ball over to Zoom Legstrong. Throws over to first. Finally gets an out. 2 outs. Bobby Bash up at the plate. Ace Hurlington just trying to get out of this inning, and he will strike out Bobby Bash. All right, but now the Knights are down going into the bottom of the 6th. Down 2-0 as they are trying to find some answers for offense. Zoom Legstrong will start off by getting a base hit up center, and that's the way to start it. Stanky going to be coming up now, seeing if he can capitalize.
Number 7, Jim Stanky.
Jim Stanky waiting on the pitch.
That's high ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
Ball.
3 balls, no strikes.
Take your
And Stanky is going to take a 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second for Chad Powers.
Chad Powers.
A very
Nope, high.
big chance for Chad to make some damage, and here it is. Deep into right center with a drive. And Chad is going to get a double, scoring in 2 runs, and the game is tied.
The catcher, number 10, Fats Porkman.
Fats Porkman a chance to give the Knights the lead. Noah Kaiser's control is just not there right now. 2 balls way outside the zone. 3 balls. And a ground ball over to the shortstop. Fats Porkman will be out.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez still has a chance. He's got some decent power in his bat, and he'll hit one up the middle. Ground ball, they'll go all the way to center field. Puts runners at the corners, 1 out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 12, Tyrone Benwood.
Benwood coming up to bat with a chance.
Amazo
Oh!
Hayes.
Amazo Hayes will come in, and that'll be the day for Noah Kaiser. A good day for him pitching-wise, but just not enough. See if Tyrone Bendwood can get a knock here. Way too early on the swing. Tyrone saw his pitch, but just got too eager with it. Oh, 1-2 count to Tyrone Bendwood. Doesn't want to screw this one up, but he swings and misses for strike 3.
The left fielder, number 14, Smoke Mulberry.
Smoke Mulberry settling in now, but the reverse splits on Alonzo Hayes will make this one difficult. And a ground ball that'll just go right back to the pitcher. And the Knights tie it up, but cannot take the lead as we go to the 7th, tied up at 2 apiece.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 28, Dirk Sportswood.
Dirk Sportswood now settling in as we reach the late game. Dirk Sportswood will start the hot corners off with a hit into center. Happy Feller will throw it in and hold him to a single.
Second baseman, number 36, Jeb Jumps.
Jeb Jumps now at the plate. But Ace has got him to an 0-2 count. And a ground ball over to Legstrong. Throws over to second, but can't get the ball over to first for a double play.
Number 22, Tiny DeGrande.
That'll be Jeb. Jeb Jumps at first with Tiny DeGrande up at bat. 1 out. This one's going to be a little bit floater of a drive that'll
Right fielder,
land
number
softly in
32,
Tyrone
Nori
Benwood's glove.
Mayoshi.
Nori Mayoshi will be subbed out for Stu Burko, who's going to be, I guess, seemingly trying to get a run in now. But this one, first pitch, is just going to go right over to Legstrong, who's going to flip it over to Rodriguez for the out.
Your knockout coffee specialists.
All right. Alex, if you wouldn't mind, tell me if the volume's good for you now. Hopefully I adjusted it well enough for you.
Seymour Sox.
Seymour Sox will be coming in to get over to right field for the hot corners. Oh, and Ace Hurlington has hit a single to start off for the Knights. What a turnaround.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 21, Happy Feller.
Happy Feller settling in. Ooh, a slow strike pitch. Two balls, 1 strike to Happy Feller. That's going to be ball 3. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. And there's one hit right past the shortstop and third baseman. Happy Feller has put a runner on first and second. No outs for Zoom Legstrong.
Number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Reverse splits are going to make this a little bit tricky for Zoom, but he will try nonetheless. And, oh, the ball gets fielded by Jeb Jumps, but it squeezes past him. Oh, no. Ace Hurlington gets a little too greedy and can't make it to the plate in time. Runners are at the corners. 1 out. Stanky with a chance to knock in a lead-making run here to give the Knights the lead for the first time today. It has been a tie game every single time that the Knights, well, a tie game has been the best score the Knights have had all game today. They have not had the lead once. Jim Stanky, full count pitch, hits it, and the Knights, for the first time today, have the lead. 3-2 the score, and that'll bring up Chad Powers. 1 out, runners on first and second. And a pitch way out, a pitch out to Chad Powers. And that'll be 2 balls, a ball in the dirt. Pickoff throw over to second. Oh, that could have been it, but a late swing from Chad. 3-1 count now. Pickoff throw back over to Legstrong. Still nothing. And the bases will be loaded as Powers is walked. Fat Porkman will be coming up to the plate.
Now pitching, Grump Everbright.
And Grump Everbright will be coming in to pitch, as well as having Geronimo James enter, substituting for Seymour Sox. Out and right, of course. Fats Porkman, bases loaded opportunity, 1 out. You really don't want to blow this. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another one fouled off by Fats Porkman. Another one fouled off. And that one should have been let go, but Fats swings at it anyway for the strikeout.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez could really bust the game open here. And they'll get a pass ball from the catcher. Sliding in is Legstrong for a run. And now Tony will be intentionally walked the rest of the way to load the bases for Tyrone Bendwood again. Or the bases are loaded again for Tyrone Bendwood, beg your pardon. And this is going to be a ground ball. It'll go right back to him, and Tyrone just cannot get a hit today, as it is 4-2, though. The Knights take the lead as we head to the 8th.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Geronimo James.
And Geronimo James will be coming up to the plate. He was subbed in for the hitting, but it's not really going to do him any good. As a ground ball to Stanky makes it out number 1.
Nora Holmes.
Nora Holmes, 2 for 3 today, has been a thorn in Ace's side. But right now, Ace is the one with the lead. Throws an inside fastball, gets Nora swinging, still throwing the gas with 101 miles per hour. Stan alive, also 2 for 3. Also been a bit of a pain in Ace's side. But this one's going to be hit hard, but Happy Feller's going to catch it for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th, up 4-2. Smoke Mulberry's going to lead off the 8th. That'll be strike 1. A dinky ground ball back to the pitcher for out number 1. Ace Hurlington still going to be into this game. Going to see if they can get Ace Hurlington to pitch all the way to the end. But he gets a bloop hit past the first baseman. Ace Hurlington is 2 for 4. Oh, Happy Feller, a ground ball over to third. You hate to see it, but he outruns the ball throw from second to first, and Happy Feller is still on. Zoom Legstrong now at the plate. And Happy Feller is going. But it's fouled off, so 1-1. Pickoff throw to keep him in place. And a pitch out throw is really going to get him. Oh, you hate to see it. Happy Feller thrown out trying to steal. But the Knights are still in a position to win as they are 3 outs away from their first victory.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 60, Bo Belter.
Bo Belter now batting in, but first pitch, ground ball over to Tony Rodriguez.
Now batting,
for out number
baseman,
1,
number 30, Bobby Bash.
Bobby Bash. Only 1 for 3 today. Hasn't been that much of a pain for Ace to deal with today. And it's just going to be a ground ball right back to Ace for out number 2.
The first baseman,
Dirk
number
Sportswood,
28,
the
Dirk
only
Sportswood.
batter currently in the way of the Knights' first victory. And there it is. Ground ball over to Tony Rodriguez, and that'll be the game as the Knights win a very close game, 4-2. And there we go. We've got 2 hits for Happy Feller, Zoom Legstrong, Jim Stanky, Tony Rodriguez, and most surprisingly, Ace Hurlington. As Legstrong is responsible for 2 of the runs, Happy Feller for 1, and Stanky responsible for scoring in 1 run as well. Ace Hurlington will obviously get the win with 9 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 2 errors, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run, and will have an game-ending ERA of 2. MVP will also be going to Ace Hurlington, followed by Chad Powers and Jim Stanky. What a game to start off. All right, good. Good to know that that everything is working. Oh, here we go. Tough decision for the manager. Only 1 taco left on the platter. Who gets it? Oh my gosh. These are the tough choices. But I gotta go with Frago Balanstandos. He's gotta get his taco. Zoom Legstrong will just have to wait. Oh, and here's another choice. You've taken the last curveball energy bite. Who's going to make it? Who are you going to make restock it? Ugh. Ace Hurlington, you just played such a good game. I gotta make Happy Feller do it. Oh man. The tough choices of a baseball manager. The toughest choices only for our manager. As we take a look around the league, how things are going. Oh, wow. The Eagles going to town on the Berserkers. Close game between the Raptors and Titans. The Wild Pigs getting 1 past the Blowfish, 3-2. The Ninjas winning against the Wide Loads, 3-1. And the Cobras just pouring it on in a 11-5 win. Zombies beating the Platypi, 4-1. The Wide Loads, 8-2 against the Beewolves. The Raptors with another win, 5-6 against the Buzzards. Sawteeth win against the Herbisaurs, 3-2. Eagles win 4-0 in their game. And the Crocodons, 7-2 against the Ninjas. The Titans beat the Silverbacks, 8-3. And the Sirloins come from behind, win 5-4 against the Spiders. And the Overdogs stop a Monsters comeback, win 4-3. And the Heaters beat the Hot Corners 5-1. And the Berserkers pound the Flamingos 10-1. And the Sandcats stop a Zombie comebacks 8-6. Moose beat the Freebooters 2-1. Nemesis win against the Jacks 4-0. The Cobras will do a solid win 8-3 against the Blowfish. And the Platypi will win the last simulation against the Grapplers 8-2. All right. That brings up the next game for the Knights against the Wild Pigs, who won their first game. We're going to be taking our first game on the road. Oh, Screw You has won a darts tournament down at the pub. All right, here we go. And Juniper Thicket has a development opportunity. Spitball, a new training opportunity that'll has a potential of giving 10% chance of getting a cut fastball, but a 20% chance for meltdown. A guaranteed chance for 3 junk and 1 accuracy. Let's see, what else do we have here? Frogo Standos. 500,000 for 2 accuracy. We'll wait on developing anybody just yet. Fats Porkman will be sent to the bench for Slick Little, a friend of Tony Rodriguez. And Benwood will head to the bench for Butte Puckerton. Tony Rodriguez is going to be going up in the lineup. And the starting lineup will go as follows. Happy Feller, Zoom Legstrong, Jim Stanky, Chad Powers, Tony Rodriguez, Slick Little, Butte Puckerton, Smoke Mulberry, and then Balstonatos will be pitching today. Actually, you know what? I will give Balstonato that upgrade just because he's pitching right now. He will get the 2 accuracy, but he's not going to get any bonuses. All right, here we go to play ball in game number 2 against the Wild Pigs over at Founders Field.
Baseball fans, welcome to Founders Field. Golly, this is gonna be a good one.
All right, we're going to be starting with the hitting today as we are the away team. Happy Feller seeing if he can keep it going, and he will. First pitch right up the middle for a base hit. It really is a bread and butter of this team. A base hit right up the middle that hits the ground. Gotta be one of their favorite plays. Zoom Legstrong up at the plate. Probably not going to see a whole lot of base stealing today. Oh, but Zoom Legstrong gets a hold of this one. This one's at the warning track off the top of the wall. And Zoom Legstrong is going to have a double. Runners at second and third. No outs for Jim Stanky. Jim Stanky, an absolute legend. Alex knows for certain that way back when he used to be a good player for the Memers, the previous franchise that I ran, as he hits one up the middle for a 2-run RBI single. Chad Powers now at the plate. Oh, Chad Powers hits that one deep, but it can't quite get past the outfielder. Caught near the back of the outfield as Stanky is forced to tag up.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez now settling in. Oh, that was a chance for a good one. Starting pitcher today will be Hugs Lovin for the Wild Pigs, but Tony is not having any of the lovin' as he hits that one deep for the first Knights home run, a 2-run homer, and the Knights, who were struggling to score in the first game, get some scoring with 4 runs already in the first.
Catcher, number 32, Slick Little.
Slick Little now up at the plate for his first time at bat. Slick Little's going to pop this one up, and that's looking like an out number 2. Caught by Godfrey Storm.
Number 2, Butt Puckerton.
And Butt Puckerton, takes a strike 1. Oh, but Puckerton hits that one deep, and that'll be the second home run for the Knights this inning. This season, this game, 2 home runs for them, and it's 5-0 Knights before they even have to pitch.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 14, Smoke Mulberry.
And Smoke Mulberry coming up to the plate. And he'll foul that one off for strike 1. Ooh, just nicks the corner inside for strike 2. A 1-ball, 2-strike count, make it a 2-2 count. And this one's hit up the middle, and Smoke Mulberry is also going to have a base hit. And we are going to have the pitcher up at bat.
Number 40, Frago Ball and Standoffs.
Yeah, Frago Ball and Standoffs is going to be holding a bat before he gets onto the mound. And he's just going to hit that one over to Bloop Michaels, and that'll be picked up for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the first, but after scoring 5 runs.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 46, Bloop Michaels.
All right, Bloop Michaels going to be starting things off for the Wild Pigs. In the bottom of the first. And Frago is going to start off with a strike. Oh, that's going to be a ground ball that will get past leg strong as Bloop Michaels will start the Wild Pigs off with a hit.
The shortstop, number 23, Snag Roper.
Snag Roper now up at bat. And an 0-2 count over to Snag Roper. Oh, a 2-seam fastball cutting in on the inside. Gets the strikeout.
Number 16, Flash Evans.
Flash Evans going to be playing right field for the Wild Pigs. And here we go. And this one's going to be hit. Ground ball right over to Smoke Mulberry, as that'll be another runner on.
The first baseman, number 26, Spanky Wagner.
Spanky Wagner is definitely going to be trying something. Ooh, Frago is tempting him with that first pitch that cuts inside, but now is a 1-1 count. This one's going to be a cut fastball on the inside. Play over to second to first, double play ball, and the Knights are out of the first inning unscathed.
Now batting, the center fielder.
And now we're going to start off the top of the second the way that we started the first, with Happy Feller coming up to bat. Happy Feller, this one hits up into right center field, and he'll take his base with
Now batting,
1.
The shortstop, number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Zoom leg strong. Coming up to the plate. This one, no! A diving catch by Bloop Michaels will make it out number 1. Incredible play. Jim Stanky will come up to the plate. And Jim Stanky will take strike 1. But he won't be taking strike 2 as he hits that one deep into right. Home run for Jim Stanky. A 2-run shot, 402 feet for his first home run of the season. 7-0 Knights.
Now batting, right fielder, number 9,
Chad Powers.
Chad Powers.
Now at the plate, it's going to be a strike 1. And 3 balls, 1 strike to Powers. And Powers will hit one right up the middle for a base hit single.
Now the second baseman, number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez selling in. A first pitch grounder to the first baseman hits into a double play. Not what you want to see, but the Knights get 2 more runs to extend their lead to 7 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Doesn't it sound great? Now batting, the left fielder, number 66, Rosie Hardman.
And here we go. Rosie Hardman. First at bat the day for her, as the Wild Pigs have definitely got themselves in a hole. And Smoke is going to go and get it for out number 1 on that hard hit ball.
Number 60, Wally Bacon.
And Wally Bacon going to be coming up to bat for the Wild Pigs. And a 3-pitch strikeout. Right. Frank Battery, who's going to be catcher for the Wild Pigs today. Balstados having a good start to the game so far. Giving up the 2 hits in the first inning. A little bit of a scare for sure, but he's putting them away in inning number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Frank Battery, and he gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. And we got Slick Little, Butts Puckerton, and Smoke Mulberry up next for the Knights in the 3rd.
Now batting, the catcher, number 32, Slick Little.
And Slick Little, seeing if he can get his first hit. And this one's going to be popped behind home plate. Frank Battery's got it, and that'll be out number 1.
The third baseman, number 2, Butt Puckerton.
And Butt Puckerton. Oh, he could have back-to-back home runs. My goodness, Butt Puckerton. What a madman. As he has hit 2 straight home runs, and he brings the Knights lead to 8-0.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 14,
Smoke Mulberry will also get a base hit. The Knights are just lighting up the Wild Pigs today.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 40, Frago
Ballinstandos. Not having to do a whole lot of work, as all he's got to do is keep it going on the mound, and the Knights will have an easy victory.
The center fielder, number 21, Happy Feller.
Happy Feller coming up for already his 3rd time at the dish in 3 innings. A hard line drive over the 3rd. Doesn't get stopped and picked up in time, as Happy Feller is safe. Runners at first and second. 2 outs for Zoom Legstrong. And Zoom Legstrong will hit one up the middle, as they'll think about going home, but send it back to load the bases for Stanky.
Jim Stanky.
Stanky selling in. You love to see him in these types of situations. Ball 1 inside. And, Stanky hits it right to Bloop Michaels. And they'll leave the bases loaded, but not before. But Puckerton hits a home run to get 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 29, Godfrey Storm.
Godfrey Storm with his first time up at the plate for the Wild Pigs. Seeing if he can get this inning started right for them. But Frago says no with a 3-pitch strikeout.
Number 45, Hugs
Hugs Lovell having a bad time on the mound, seeing if she can at least get something at the plate. Talk about a bad first outing for the season. It doesn't get much worse for her than this. It's really just up to how far management wants to keep her out there as she strikes out for out number 2.
Number 46, Luke Michaels.
All right, Blute Michaels now settling in. Could be a 3-pitch strikeout again, but Michaels fouls it off. Oh, but Blute Michaels gets all of this one. Happy Feller dives, can't quite get it. And Blute Michaels is going to be trying to go to third. And he will for a triple for the Wild Pigs.
The shortstop, number 23, Snag Roper.
Snag Roper seeing if he can at least make sure the Wild Pigs don't have a goose egg on the scoreboard, but fouls it off. 0-2 count. And here's the pitch. Ground ball to Legstrong. Legstrong picks it up, throws it over to Stanky, and the Knights get out of the inning without giving up a run.
Rambling and gambling. Not sure why I haven't been asked to join the team. Now batting, the right fielder.
Chad
number
Powers
9,
will lead off the
Chad
inning.
Powers.
And 2 balls to start off. I know I wouldn't want to pitch to Chad Powers. 3-0 count. And he'll let that go for strike 1. But Chad Powers will get thrown a ball 4 and take his base.
The second baseman, number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez will be coming up to bat. And Donovan Drake will finally come in and say, that's it, Hugs, get on out of here. All right. Ball 1 is now Donovan Drake. We'll try to see if he can stem the bleeding. Starting out with a couple 98-mile-an-hour fastballs. Got some feet by him and strikes out Tony
Now batting,
for
the
out
catcher,
number 1.
Number 32, Slick Little.
Slick Little coming to the plate. Still searching for that first base hit. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Drake. Dear Lord. A 1-2 count to Little. And this ground ball will get past Drake. And Slick Little will have his... Well, I don't know if that'll be counted as a hit. That might be counted as an error. Either way, he's doing all right. Butts Puckerton, 2 home runs in his 2 appearances already. He might be a mainstay at third base that'll replace Tyrone Bendwood. That'll already bring some controversy to this team. And will that be 3 for 3? My goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, after the day Butts Puckerton has had, I don't think you can leave Tyrone Bendwood at third base starting anymore. I think Butts Puckerton has got his job in the bag, that's for sure.
Smoke Mulberry.
Smoke Mulberry now coming up at bat. The Knights with an 11-0 lead now, as Mulberry hits one right in between Donovan Drake's legs for a single into center.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 40, Frago Ballin Standos.
Frago Ballin Standos coming up to bat. And, strike 2 as a bunt attempt was tried, but no avail. And he'll just strike out
The center fielder, number
as Happy
21,
Feller will come up to the
Happy
plate. 3 for 3
Feller.
today. Good day for Happy Feller. Might not be flashy, but getting on base is getting on base. And 2 balls, no strikes to Happy Feller. This ground ball will just... No! Blute Michaels again! What a dive to stop the ball from going into the outfield and getting out number 3 to get the Wild Pigs out of the inning. But not before Butts Puckerton does some more damage, bringing up the score to 11.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Flash Evans.
Flash Evans coming into the batter's box for the Wild Pigs. And Slick Lil will get the ball that's just hit right in front of him for out number 1.
Baseman, number 26.
Oh my gosh.
Wagner.
Well, one thing's for sure. The Wild Pigs are being sent to slaughter in this one. Oh, but they're going to show some signs of life, hitting one deep into left. Having a double for the Wild Pigs.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 66, Rosie Hardman.
Rosie Hardman now settling in. Seeing if she can get a crooked number onto that board for the Wild Pigs. But she's going to strike out. And Wally Bacon will come up to bat with 2 outs. Balstonado's having a pretty good day so far, aside from a couple hiccups. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. You don't like to see that. The second you talk good about him, he starts doing poor, but full count, chance to end the inning. But Wally Bacon will hit a bloop single over the head of Butts Puckerton and in the left for a base hit. Runners at the corners for Frank Battery. And on 3 pitches, Balstonados gets Frank Battery for out number 3 as we head to the 5th.
It's still on fire.
Man, that car that's been on fire has been on fire for 3 franchise
Now
entries.
batting, the
Dear
shortstop,
Lord.
number 27, Zoom Legstrong.
Zoom Legstrong coming up to bat now. A ball 1 to Legstrong. He hits this one into center. It's going to go off the wall, and it's going to take a bad carom for Godfrey Storm as he can't get a handle on it until Legstrong is already
The
in
first
second.
baseman, number 7, Jim Stanky.
Jim Stanky, what a guy, as he's going to hit a bloop single into left. And we're going to have runners at the corners for
Right
Chad
fielder, number 9,
Powers.
Chad Powers.
Ball 1. Stanky doing his little dance, trying to get Devon Drake distracted. 3 balls, no strikes to Chad Powers. And this one's going to be a base hit into left, and Powers is going to knock in a run.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 20, Tony
Legstrong
Rodriguez.
scored. With Tony Rodriguez up at bat, Jim Stanky and Chad Powers on first and second respectively. But Tony Rodriguez hits right into a double play, and now it's just Stanky at third for Slick Little. Strike 1 to start the count. 1-1 count to Slick Lil. And now it's a 1-2 count to Slick Lil. And it's going to be a pop fly into shallow center. Slick Lil's going to run all the way to second, but it's not going to matter as it's caught for out number 3 on that pop fly. 12-0 score for the Knights as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 29, Godfrey Storm.
Ooh, starting off with a fastball. Balstonados gets a strike one on Godfrey Storm. Doesn't get him to bite on the break and stuff, but gets a two-seam fastball on the inside that'll get him swinging for strike two. Godfrey Storm fouls back for another 1-2 offering. And there's a second foul ball. And a changeup to get strike three for out number one of this inning.
Number 28, Donovan Drake.
Donovan Drake. He has not swung a bat all season, and it definitely shows, as right now he's just going to get struck out. The only reason it wasn't on 3 pitches and it was on 4 is because of a poorly placed ball on the third pitch. Bloop Michaels, an absolute thorn in the side for Frago Balstonados today. But he's got him on 2 strikes. Bloop Michaels. Not going to bite on that one. And a ground ball over to Tony Rodriguez. And Bloop Michaels will be sat down for out number 3 as we head to the 6th.
Publicly discuss. The T-shirt howitzer has had to be retired. Shirts are still available for purchase on the concourse in boring hand-to-hand fashion.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 2, Buck Puckerton.
Oh, Butt Puckerton will have his first non-home run hit, but he is 4 for 4 on the day.
Now batting,
Incredible
left
work
fielder,
from
number
Butts
14,
Puckerton.
Smoke Mulberry.
Smoke Mulberry coming in. As this game is pretty much in the bag for the Knights, as they're just gonna try to keep it going as best they can on the defensive side of the ball. A double play ball hit by Smoke Mulberry. Unfortunate. But Frago Balstonados comes up to the plate, and he'll have his first hit of the season and of his career. Gotta keep that ball for him.
Center fielder, number 21,
Happy Feller coming in
Happy
at the plate.
Feller.
Balstonados at first, 2 outs. And 3 balls, 1 strike to Happy Feller. And Happy Feller will take his base
Now
on the
batting,
walk.
the shortstop, number 2.
Now pitching, Alana Lantana.
Alana Lantana will be coming in to relieve Donovan Drake, as the Wild Pigs are now up to 2 relief pitchers, and we're at the 6th inning. Not good for their pitching staff in the long term of this season, that's for sure. Zoom leg strong up to bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, but he's just going to pop this one up to the pitcher's mound, and it'll be caught for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Snag Roper.
Snag Roper. Seeing if he can still be a pain in the bum for the Knights. Starting off with a 2-ball count. Not a good way for Balstonados to start. And there's going to be a base hit up the middle. Feller is going to field it. And that's going to be a single to lead off for the Wild Pigs.
Number 16, Flash Evans.
Flash Evans going to take strike 1. And that is going to be a ground ball up at it. Slick Little picks it up right in front of him, throws it over to second for out number 2. Or out number 1, pardon. I don't know why I thought there was 1 out already. Spanky Wagner hit the last time, but this is going to be a line drive straight to Strong's glove for out number 2. Rosie Hardman coming up to bat.
Rosie Hardman.
And Balstonatos starting to get up there in pitch count. We're definitely going to see some bullpen action later in the game at this rate. But Rosie Hardman's going to strike out, and that'll bring us to the top of the 7th.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7.
And there's Jim Stanky. He's had a heck of a day. Oh, but getting jammed on the hands, and Stanky will just hit a ground ball over the second for out number 1. And there's Chad Powers. No balls, 2 strikes for Chad Powers. Ball 1. And that is going to be another strikeout from Chad Powers. Should have let that one go.
Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez now up at the plate. He's going to take ball 1 to start. And this one is going to be a pop fly. And it'll be caught for out number 2 by Snag Roper, or out number 3 by Snag Roper, and they'll make 2 back-to-back innings where the Knights don't score as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Wally Bacon coming up to the plate for the Wild Pigs. What a team name that would be, the Wild Wigs. What would even be the logo for that? This one's going to go deep. Chad Powers is going to field it off the wall and right. And that'll be a leadoff hit for the Wild Pigs as Frank Battery comes up to bat. Frank Battery's going to hit this one into left. And that's going to be a base hit. Runners at first and second for Godfrey Storm, as the Wild Pigs are threatening to score. And the bullpen is starting to get warmed up for the Knights. I think by the time next time we see Balstonatos come close to bend the lineup, he will be subbed out. Rodriguez to leg strong to Stanky for the double play, as there's a runner on third where Atlanta Lananada. But Enrique Goyo is going to pitch hit. So that means they're going to be on their 3rd bullpen pitcher when the inning is over, regardless of how it goes. Up to 90 pitches already. Balstonatos trying to end the inning, as this will probably be the end of the day for him. Once the inning is over. And this one's going to be a line drive hit to Stanky, and that'll be out number 3. Cutter Cracker Barrel will be coming in to pitch for the Wild Pigs as we head to the 8th.
I'll take 3.
Now batting, the catcher, number 32, Slick Little.
Slick Lil up at bat for the Knights. Bats have cooled off in the later innings for the Knights so far. Not really necessary to keep the score going so far, but that run differential can make a difference in the later ones as Slick Lil strikes out for out number 1. But Puckerton has to be the MVP today with how he's hit 3 home runs, 1 single, 4 for 4 so far. As he starts out 0 for 2 against Cracker Barrel. But he gets the count to 2-2. 3-2, full count. And that'll be a walk for Bud Puckerton.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 14, Smoke Mulberry.
Smoke Mulberry comes at the plate, hits this one deep into center, Godfrey Storm going back. He's going to catch it, and Puckerton is going to tag up. A very deep outfield here at Founders Field when you get to center. Definitely got to have somebody out there that can get his legs going. And Bolsonaro is going to get subbed out. And now the question of who do you send up to bat? I think we'll send Rod Cooker up to bat.
Rod Cooker.
As Rod Cooker is going to hit this one right up the middle for a base hit, making that a good call. 2 outs, 2 on for Happy Feller. Runners at first and second. Balstonados looking on from the dugout now as he has pitched one heck of a game, but you don't want to wear that arm out too much. Which now the question is, who do the Knights send in for these last 2 innings? Happy Feller with a base hit up the middle, and he will drive in a run, making it a 13-0 game for Zoom Lakestrong coming up to the plate. Oh, 2 count to Zoom Lakestrong, fouls that one off. Another one fouled off. Again, should have just let that one go. Finally lets one go. Ball 1. And Zoom Lakestrong is just going to hit that one over to Bloop Michaels. He'll catch that for the out. All right, now the real question. We have Bob Hurlington the 4th. We have Rob Hurlington the 4th. We have Bogue Mac for Shaman. And we have Screw You to send in. And the Knights are going to go with Bog for Shorman. For his first appearance. And Bloop Michaels will hit a grounder over to Puckerton. And that'll be out number 1.
Shortstop, number 23, Snag Roper.
Snag Roper coming in to bat for the Wild Pigs, desperately trying to get something in terms of run differential going so that they don't sink too far down in the standings. But there's going to be a strikeout for Boog. Pitching away.
Number 16, Flash Evans.
And Flash Evans is just going to hit a ground ball over to Puckerton, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning.
For anyone taking public transit on the way home.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7, Jam Stanky.
And Jim Stanky will be coming up to the plate. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3 on a check swing. And Jim Stanky's going to take a 4-pitch walk to start
Now
off.
batting, the right fielder, number 9, Chad Powers.
And Chad Powers up at bat with a chance to hit. And Cracker Barrel, diving catch by Bloop Michaels, but can't be stopped as
Now batting,
Powers
the
ends
second
up
baseman,
on first.
Number 20, Tony Rodriguez.
Tony Rodriguez now at the plate. And there it is, strike 1 as the at-bat starts. Fouled off for strike 2. Cuts away for ball 1. Too low for ball 2. And a ground ball that'll find its way to the outfield grass. A real worm burner there that just managed to get through the perfect hole.
Slick Little.
And that'll score a run. Tony Rodriguez with an RBI. Slick Lil, 1 for 5. A very rough day for the rookie. But Slick Lil gets a hit in the center that'll drop before it meets Godfrey. As the bases will be loaded for Bud Puckerton. A perfect one that you want up at bat. Didn't think I'd be starting the game saying that at the start of this matchup. But here you go, 4 for 4 and a walk. 2 balls, 1 strike to Butt. And a base hit in the left makes it a 15-0 game and puts Puckerton on 5 for 5.
Number 14.
Now pitching, Kendra Kerr.
Kendra Kerr coming in for Cutter Cracker Barrel, as this will probably be the last pitching substitution. Oh my gosh, what a hit! Godfrey Storm can't make the catch, and they're off to the races, gentlemen. And sliding in safe is going to be Bud Puckerton, second and third, scoring 2 runs. Boog McForsham will be coming up to bat. This is a gimme for him. And now it seems they've gotten too greedy with the base running. Way too greedy, as now they have a potential double play on their hands. What is going on? Ah, a triple play that I don't know what I was doing, to be honest.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Well, regardless,
number 26, Spanky Wagner.
Spanky Wagner takes a strike. Boog McForsham is going to do a 3-pitch strikeout. Oh my gosh.
The left fielder, number 66, Rosie Hardman.
Rosie Hardman's going to hammer one out in the center. Happy Feller's going to pick it up. And there's going to be
Third baseman,
some mental mojo loss from Boog as he goes back to neutral. Molly Bacon up at bat. A double play will end it. And 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wally Bacon. They'll wind up the pitch. And this one is going to go to right, and the inning will go on. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
the catcher, number 8, Frank Battery.
Frank Barry got a good chunk of that one. Foul ball. 0-1 the count. And this should do it. Leg strong to Rodriguez, to Stanky, and that's the double play. And the Knights slaughter the Pigs 17-0. Man, what a 9-day difference from game 1 to game 2. And of course, the loss will be given to Love with a 27 ERA. Ouch! As Bostanaus will take his first win, giving up 8 hits and having 10 strikeouts. A great day for him. No arguments here, but Puckerton, MVP of the game, for sure. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, 4 runs himself. An absolute clinic. Jim Stanky taking second place, with Frago Bostanatos taking third. And the CRT TV is making a weird high-pitched ringing sound again. We're sending Tyrone to fix it. It will not be fixed. And I guess, no games to sim, as the Knights will be going back-to-back games. One against the Wild Pigs and the next against the Moon Stars. All right, but first, we're going to take a look at player development. Not a whole lot there, to be honest with you. Nothing really that tickles my fancy, per se. And we're going to take a look at the league leaders. Brago Bolstonado's apparently the top of the league considered. Ace Hurlington the fourth, a respectable number 7 on the tree as well. How you don't have Butts Puckerton on top or in the top 10 after what he showed in that one game, I don't know. But he is the top of the home run board, and he oddly isn't at the batting average board yet. Doesn't have enough at bats, I guess. Bertha Banks, top of the runs batted in, tied with Andre Caldonade and Butt Parkerton, Mackie Bruiser, all tied for first. Incredible. Jim Stanky, a respectable 5, will share second place with Carlton Star, Hercules Bentley, Vale Angles, and Beefcake McStevens. Jim Stanky, number 3 in league on base percentage with 700. And Happy Feller, number 10 with 636. And on base plus slugging, Jim Stanky at number 9. And here's an interesting thing. They have Butt Puckerton on the board for extra base hits with 3, which is correct. But they don't have him in most of the other main stats. 4-way tie with Stanky, Mulberry, Legstrong, and Puckerton for last technically second place with hits. Still early in the season. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I wish I had a little bit more time so that we could keep playing a bit more, but that will be it for now. I am planning to do this as a daily thing, so we're probably going to do this type of thing where we'll play 2 to 3 games of the Knights franchise every day. So do make sure that you're tuned in and you got your notifications on. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time, whenever that is, as the Knights will be taking on the Moonstars.